Hey designers, last year I launched a program called Brand Mastery Accelerator. And essentially what I did was teach everything I know about branding, design and business to a group of designers from all over the world. And it was equally the best and scariest thing I've ever done because I'm not a teacher, I'm a designer and an entrepreneur. But I knew deep down that after 30 years in the creative industry, trying to make it as a creative entrepreneur, I knew I had something to share. And for context, I run a successful branding studio from home with my wife, Nix, where we get to design awesome brands for clients from all corners of the globe. Our average project fee is around the late 5, early 6-figure mark. So we're super profitable because we deliver our projects in a really specific way. We get to work with our dream clients that we genuinely love to work with, who give us rave reviews and referrals, which in turn attract new work into the studio. And we're happy and excited about the future because we've figured out the hard way how to run a profitable and stress-free design business. And that's because I've made systems and templates and frameworks for everything, for onboarding a client, for negotiating a sales call, for all the legal stuff and the paperwork to get the deal over the line, to designing the actual brand identity. How do we package that and deliver that to a client? And it's taken me a really long time to figure out, one, how to actually run a profitable design business, but two, how to bottle this stuff and package it in a way that it can help other designers too. And the way I run my studio is providing me with a huge sense of freedom. I get to drop my kids off and pick them up from school every day. I don't have to sit in boring meetings that I don't want to be in. And I'm no longer stressed about where we get our next project from because I've got a small wait list of the perfect type of client that I want to work with who want to work with me too. And I've managed to get here because of the sum of all parts of my journey so far. So I've been a designer for over 25 years now. I learned how to design with Quark Express and Macromedia Freehand on a Power Macintosh 7300. I've been running my own branding studio now for nearly 10 years. I've started 4 of my own businesses, one of which I helped take from an idea to a $58 million valuation in 3 years. And I've created multiple million-dollar brands from scratch for dozens of founders over the years who have been clients of our studio. And from that, I get asked to do talks and podcasts and all that sort of stuff that brings work back into my business. So I took 2 years off to unpack everything and curate it and put it in a format that could really, really help designers level up their game. And being clinically OCD and ADHD, I've created templates and frameworks and SOPs for every single thing you can think of to run a profitable branding project from start to finish. And this is exactly what I'm teaching inside the program, like literally everything. And the feedback has been absolutely overwhelming. Sophie joined the program. By week 5, she'd managed to close a new client on a project fee that was 4 times what she normally charges, all from just following the scripts and the templates that I gave her. I mean, that's the coolest thing ever for me. Eric's from Vancouver, Washington. He runs an awesome one-person studio called 5 AM that specializes in branding design for the aviation, aerospace, and energy sectors. Ryan came into the program a little unsure on how to position himself, and within the first few weeks, he got clarity on his offer and positioning, and now he has a clear plan for the year ahead. And there's just story after story after story of cool things that are happening to amazing designers within inside this program. We've got Cornelio from South Africa who lives in New York and runs his own studio that specializes in branding design for the built environment. And he's just the coolest dude. Kirby's from Sydney and she runs a really cool studio called Brandfit. She's designed some incredible stuff over the years. It's so cool to have someone like her in the program. She's such a great brand designer. Alessio's from Rome, but now lives in Sydney, and him and his partner Lou have uncovered their niche and completely redesigned their offering, and now get to work with dream clients on projects they actually love. Jackson lives in London, and he runs his own studio called Tate Creative that specializes in designing awesome consumer brands. He's even launched his own brand of chili oil called Fuoco. So sick. Peter's from Prague and has been running his own studio for 12 years now, working a range of projects and has got years of experience that he shares within the community. And Elkin's an independent designer who works with early stage startups, and he's got a business called Latent Walk that's changing the game for creatives using AI generated imagery. Like, this guy's an absolute genius. And the more designers I work with, the more I realize that there are some common problems that they all share. On the macro side of things, like running the actual business, they're undercharging for their expertise. So they charge for their time instead of the value they bring, which leaves them overworked and underpaid. They're dealing with demanding clients and crazy deadlines, so they're in constant fight or flight mode. There's a lack of strategic positioning, so they struggle to show clients they're more than just another designer, and their real value just gets completely overlooked. There's inconsistent cash flow, projects come and go without steady income, money stress never really goes away. And there's often no clear systems or frameworks for how to work with clients and deliver results. Every project just feels messy and chaotic. And then there's the micro problems of like running an actual project. There's endless revisions with clients nitpicking every detail, dragging projects on forever without any additional payment, which is just insane. They're seen as just a designer, so they're feeling undervalued and treated like a pixel pusher instead of an actual strategic partner. There's always scope creep because clients are adding just one more thing without any extra budget. And there's super unclear feedback. Like, what do you do with vague comments from a client when they say, I'll know it when I see it. So these are the types of things that we work through and find solutions for. And then the flip side, we all have the same goals. We want to earn more money, so how do we charge for the value we actually provide? We want to work less hours, and we do this by building systems and frameworks to free up our time. We want to position ourselves as brand experts and be seen as a strategic partner, not just a service provider. We want to work with clients that get us excited and who value our expertise and trust our process and respect our boundaries. And we want to build our business in a way that's sustainable, so that can get us to where we want to get to in life. And whether you're a freelance designer or a boutique branding and design studio owner, being a graphic designer is both a blessing and a curse, because on one hand, you get to do all the cool, fun, creative stuff like make brand identities for cool people. And then on the other hand, we've got the stress of being an actual entrepreneur and a business owner. Like, how do we figure things out? Like, how do we make more money? How do we find the right type of clients? And how do we not go out of business? And these are the challenges that we're tackling inside the program. Come on, I'll show you what it looks like. So the main hub of the program is the Brand Mastery Accelerator. This is a 6-week course for how to become a top 1% brand builder. In week 1, we work through foundations. This is where we focus on mindset and habits and how you need to think, act, and work in order to be a top 1% brand builder. In week 2, we go through operations, where I share all of my proven frameworks, templates, and tools for operating as a world-class brand builder. And you can literally just take all of these things, download them, and then just plug them into your own business and you're good to go. So for example, I share my entire brand building process from start to finish. I call it Spark, S-P-A-R-K. I share every step, every email script, all the contacts and legal stuff for working with a client, like literally everything. In week 3 of the program, we go deep on brand strategy. So I share exactly how I run a 2 to 3 hour brand strategy workshop with my client. I give the entire presentation deck so you can just rebrand it to yours. And in the video course, I walk you through every single step. So by the end of week 3, you'll be able to run a brand strategy workshop with your clients and then go off and write a thorough brand strategy document for them. And then this brand strategy becomes the foundation for all the creative work you do going forward. And I show you exactly how I present it to a client and how we work through the brand strategy throughout the design process. In week 4, perception, I show you how I create 3 very different creative directions for the client without actually designing anything. And this makes your process super, super efficient, because instead of designing logo after logo until you get it right, you get buy-in from them at so many of the aesthetic decisions that when you get into the design stage of the project, you're like 80% of the way there already. And there's normally just 1, maybe 2 rounds amount of changes. In week 5, I share my entire process and complete toolkit for creating world-class brands, from all of my design resources to the years of creative inspiration I've been collecting throughout my career. I design a brand from start to finish in real time and show you exactly how I design brands that are linked back to the brand strategy and how to present them back to your clients in a way that blows their minds. And in our final week, week 6, we'll learn how to deliver a complete brand package that allows your clients to launch and grow without you. And I show you how I get our clients' work featured in the press and how I set up for future referrals and repeat business. So I literally share every single step of my process from start to finish. And this stuff really comes together on the weekly calls we do. So we have the calendar tab here. So twice a week, we jump on a Zoom call for 2 hours and just chat through what challenges we're going through. And I just love doing these calls. It's like pretty much like hanging out with mates. And I'm just there to serve and help you in whatever way I can. And it could be something related to the course content. It could be something in your business or your life. We go pretty deep on these calls, and sometimes they're going for hours. But we work through some big things that really help you in your business. And then there's the actual community itself, which we call Brand Club. And this is like a secret club for designers, which is where people really, really get value. And because it's a private and curated community, like you can only get into this program and community after going through the application process, then jumping on a call with me, and then getting into the Brand Mastery Accelerator. There's this crazy high level of trust. So people are being really, really vulnerable. And in turn, they're getting deep help with problems they've suffered with for years. Like, it's so cool. And we only share high value stuff inside this community. So for example, here I've shared my entire process for how I run a brand strategy workshop with my clients. It includes all of the InDesign presentation templates, the voiceover scripts, how to do it remotely, how to do it in person. You can literally download these 3 documents here, rebrand them as your own, and you can go and run a brand strategy workshop that will allow you to build out a real solid brand strategy that works with the rest of the brand building process that I teach inside the accelerator. And on top of that, I include all of the onboarding scripts that I say on a discovery call, design files for every single presentation from start to finish, all of the email scripts so you never have to type another email out to your client ever again. Everything that I use to run my business the way I run it. So if you're looking to build a rewarding design business where you get highly paid working with amazing clients building world-class brands, then I'd love to invite you to apply to the next cohort of Brand Mastery Accelerator. Just click below. You'll be taken to an application form to fill out. It takes literally 3 minutes, and I read every single application. And if it feels like a good fit, then I'll send you a private link to my calendar where we'll jump on a discovery call. And this is a 45-minute call with me, not some sales rep. And we'll chat through exactly where you are now in your design career, where you want to get to. I can answer any questions you have about the program. We can chat through the investment, and we can make sure this is a good fit. And if it is a good fit, we can get you in straight away. If it isn't a good fit, I'm happy to spend the rest of that call with you, trying to help you out as much as I can so that it's a complete win-win and you walk away with advice that's relevant for you and your career and your business. So thank you for watching. I look forward to reading your application and helping you with your design career. Oh, just so glad that's over, dude. I hate being on camera.